here. So we're anxious to hear from you and Toby briefly, whatever it is you've got to lay on us today, man. Bring us some of that wisdom so that we can all soak it in and utilize it. So what you got for us today?
Well, we're going to do our best. First of all, thank you guys for making yourself available, and Ben, to you for giving us the platform to speak with these agents that you touch bases with every Tuesday morning. Certainly, we're excited about the opportunity, and I know, I sometimes get long-winded. So I won't take up too much time because I know we have allocated maybe 15, 20 minutes to speak to you guys and have a question and answer period during that time frame, correct?
Let's roll.
All right. So my name is Billy Fields. I'm with the Global Integrity Finance. We have my man, Mr. Toby Potter. He is the owner of this organization. I'm going to yield to him and allow him to speak because I don't want to take up too much of his time. He too speaks just as much as I do. But Toby, you got it now.
Yeah, and I'm out of breath, man.
You ran up the stairs.
I ran up the stairs, yeah.
Good deal. Good exercise.
4 flights of stairs. I didn't realize how out of shape I am until you do that. And then you're like, your lungs are killing. So, hey, grateful to be here. Grateful for the opportunity. What I'm going to do real quick is just share a little bit about, dang it. I like Brad Pitt down here at the bottom. Todd, that's a great photo there. But I want to share with you a little bit about Global Integrity Finance, who we are, what we do, how we've achieved the success that we have. And it's not so much about our success, but our client success. And that's one of the things that we really pride ourselves in. And everything that we do, can't catch my breath. And everything that we do, it's to ensure the success of our client. By ensuring their success and profitability, they become long-term clients. They become repeat clients. And that's one of the things that we really pride ourselves in. As a private equity lender, in today's disruption, in today's market, it is imperative that our clients have the right deal. As realtors, you guys know real estate is out there. There's opportunities out there left and right. But not every deal has profit attached to it. Not every deal is going to ensure success. And I know as a realtor, you guys are very invested in the clients being able to succeed. If you're doing non-owner occupied with an investor, then you have a client there that's going to come back to you more times than not for more properties. When it's a primary resident, they're only going to come one time every 3, 5, 6, 7 years. As an investor, they're going to hopefully come back to you every month. And if you're helping them find the right deals that have those profit margins, buying at the right margin, buying at the right price point, then you're helping us to ensure that client success. Our job as the bank is to also support you guys. And when we hook up with a realtor and or a broker, and that camaraderie, that partnership comes into play, the success is pronounced. The success is guaranteed because now we have a united front to ensure that that client will have success. Therefore, they're going to do more and more deals. You don't know how many times in my 30 years of being a banker in real estate financing, where the realtor, all they cared about was the commission. All they cared about was getting that sale. They didn't care about the success. They didn't care about the margins. And deals just didn't work out. And everybody lost in those transactions. So it's such an honor and a privilege for us to be aligned with individual people like yourself that are looking for the big picture. They're not looking to hit a home run on the first deal, but they're looking to hit base hits on every deal. And that's where we look at longevity. We look at profitability. We look at leaving a legacy. And it's Billy said so much about you guys. I know him and Ben have talked had repeated conversations over the last week or so, and I've done my research. You guys have a great reputation. You have a great platform. You have a great value statement, and that's what we try to align ourselves with. Nothing less than that. We only do residential investment property. So whether it's a single family, 1 to 4, multifamily, or mixed use, those are the only asset classes we do. It must have a residential component to it. it must be a income producing property, whether it's a buy, rehab, and sell, buy, rehab, and rent. Either one of those we're good with. We do those all day long. We do them nationwide. And as you may or may not know, Global Integrity Finance started doing this in 2018. 2019, we were voted Private Lender of the Year. 2020, we were ranked top 100 in the Southwest as the fastest growing company, top 54 in Dallas in real estate lending, and then 1,355 nationwide. So we understand what it takes to have success. We don't look at knocking home runs. We love base hits. We love doing deals that are right down the middle, base hit. It guarantees success. It minimizes the stress, the aggravation, the headache, all that comes with real estate and financing. You don't know how many deals we get that are multi-million-dollar projects. And a multi-million-dollar project means a multiple of headaches, anxieties, stressors. We love those $300, $400, $500, $600 properties, $700,000 properties, because they're right down the middle. We know you can buy them at a discount, you rehab them, get them up to today's valuation, today's desired marketability, and sell it for a profit and repeat. Or get into a high rental area and get those duplexes, those triplexes, those fourplexes, those multifamilies. Get those, rehab them, and then rent them out. Rent them for 2-3 years, stabilize them, get that cap rate down, sell them for big profits. So it's a win-win, and those are the kind of projects we love to work with and do with.
Toby, let me interrupt you for 1 second, because we've got at least 6 or 7 people here that are not in Texas. Are you guys nationwide or just limited here? Because I heard you mention one of the accolades that you guys have received was national. Are you guys a national company?
We are a national company. We lend. We have the ability to lend in all 50 states. One of our rules is when you Zillow that property, if there's more trees or more cattle than people, we won't lend on it. So Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Alaska, we're out. Everywhere else, we're good. So rule of thumb for all y'all, when the client's looking at a property and you Zillow it and you zoom out 3, 5, 6, 8, 10 miles and there's a lot of trees, not going to happen. You zoom out and there's a lot of pasture land, a lot of farmland, not going to happen. If you see it, it's in a subdivision or a heavy metro area, we'll do it all day long.
Okay.
But it is national.
Okay. Perfect. Hopefully I didn't interrupt your flow there.
No. That's who we are. I know we've got limited time. I could go on and on about us, and that's not what I like to do. I want to know, what are you guys looking for? What do you need during this disruption? I know that the primary resident rates are gone up. Primary resident sales have gone down. So each and every one of you are looking to replace that revenue stream with potentially non-owner occupied investors. I also know, being in this industry for 30 years, that you can't take every one of your clients to Fannie Freddie. They're capped on 7 properties financed through that. We are unlimited. We've got one client who has 72 properties with us. So we are unlimited. And one of the things that will help you understand, coming from your world into our world, when you're in the agency side, primary resident, Fannie Freddie, that is all FDIC, federal government regulated money. They make the rules. You have to go through the Dodd-Frank, TRIG guidelines, restrictions, all that stuff. We don't. This money is my money. I can lend it however I want, to whomever I want, on whatever I want. It's just like, Ben, if I came to you and said, Ben, I want to borrow $500, you would put those terms in place on what you want for collateral, how you want it paid back. You have the right to lend me that money however you feel valued. Same way here. I am not governed by Fannie Freddie. I'm not governed by Dodd-Frank. I'm not governed by the TRIG guidelines. This is private equity money. We lend it on what we want. We have our guidelines, but the good news is you're never going to go through all the red tape that you've had to go through on the agency side of real estate. So that helps us have a lot of flexibility. The number one thing I tell Billy and all my guys, if the deal makes sense, I'll fund it. If you can share and show me beyond a shadow of a doubt that this deal has profit, has a leg to stand on for success, we'll do it. I got no reason not to. My money sits in the vault. I make no interest on it while it sits in the vault. When it's lent out, that's where we make money. Billy and the team, they do not get paid until a loan closes and funds. So it's always in our best interest to fund every deal that we can, but it must make sense.
And in addition to what Toby is saying, you know, we have a footprint right here in Texas, in McKinney. Okay, but as he said, we lend nationwide. One of the most powerful tools with our processing and underwriting is right here in the office. And even when we're in a situation where we possibly are in the gray area, as Toby said, the buck stops here. He makes that call, and I've seen it happen time and time again. So I'd like to take any more questions from the audience. I know we're running out of time, Ben, but
hey, my one question, Billy, Toby, you mentioned partnership, and I think for the folks who are remaining on the call, that's important because of what we do. I mean, we're tied at the hip. We're in bed together, right?
Yep.
What does that partnership look like for you and your realtor partners?
Transparency. Holy cow. I know that that's a simple word and everybody assumes that they understand it, but I use the analogy, I'm your defense attorney. I don't know if you killed the guy or not. I don't, but I'm your defense attorney. So tell me where the body is buried so I can build a defense around it. I don't want you going to prison. I don't want you taking the electric chair. So tell me where you buried the body, and then I can go from there. Transparency is king. In all my years, in the 4,400 loans I've closed and funded, transparency was the common denominator. Tell me why you or your client believe this is a valid deal. What am I missing? I don't know it all. I don't know everything. And I entrust in my partners, whether it be a realtor or a broker or a client, to tell me everything they know about the deal. And I teach three-letter words. Why? Why this property? Why this price? Why this valuation? Why this rehab number? Why do you believe these numbers are true and accurate so that I can understand what you're seeing, what you're feeling, and what you're thinking? Then we can get on the same page and come up with a solution. We're not salespeople. None of my guys, I tell them, take that word completely out of your vocabulary. We are consultants. We are problem solvers. Your clients have a problem. 99.9% of them is they don't have the money to buy the deal cash. That's why you're coming to a company like ours to solve that problem. But as we get more into the conversations about the whys, we discover there may be other issues that nobody knew about. But together with United Front, we can solve that problem for success and profitability.
Well, sounds to me like that's a good partnership. And I think that's what everyone on this call looks for in a lender partner, right? A problem solver. Yeah. Because today's economy, and especially this very fast-paced real estate field that we all work in.
Yes.
We've got to solve problems as you and I are speaking. Somebody is solving a problem
somewhere.
Right now. So,
yep.
Guys, I appreciate you sharing with us and informing us a little bit more about your company. And again, I'm glad that you guys can handle stuff kind of all over the country.
Yes.
And if Billy, I'm sure if Christina doesn't have your number, we'll post it there. And if anybody needs it, just holler at us. I can get you Toby and Billy's phone number. And again, guys, we appreciate it because again, you're only the second lender we've had, and so we've done about. Kenneth, we'll make sure we get that to you, get that number over to you. We've had about 65 episodes that we've done, and you're only the second lender. So,
well, I appreciate that. That's an honor for us.
Well, again, I appreciate you educating us. Most of us, if they're like me, they've got to be hit upside the head about 37 times before sometimes it sinks in. Right. Well, I saw a smile, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
And I want to say this. I don't mean to cut you off, Ben, but one of the things that we really pride ourselves with our realtors, with our realtor partnerships, we've seen our realtors, especially in the last 6 to 7 months with this disruption of the interest rate hike and all that. Our realtors have transitioned from that primary resident listing, that primary resident moving into the non-owner occupied. But one of the things that has been so profound for their success is when they're looking at properties, when their client says, hey, can you find me a property in Garland or a property in Dallas or a property here, they'll call our rep. They'll say, hey, Billy, I've got a client who's looking, and I found these 5 properties in this zip code or this neighborhood. Can you run some numbers for me and tell me what that looks like? Now that realtor goes to that showing with valuations, closing costs, payments, all this information to go to that client and say, I've got these 5 properties, and this one shows the most profitability under these terms, all the way down. And now, as a partnership, we've put our client in the ability to make an educated decision for success and profitability. Instead of going and looking at properties, walking and driving 15, 20 properties, then the client say, I want these, let's look at these 3, and we make an offer. And then you come to the lender, and the lender says, I can't lend on that. Or you've underestimated that, or you overvaluated that. Let's do that up front. Therefore, all the guesswork's out. It's now an absolution. We now know what to go to the seller and say, look, you've got your property listed at 250. Best comp in this area is 185. I'll give you 190, and we make it. And now there's so much win-win there for our side of the team.
Well, again, thank you so much, guys. Here's our opportunity, right? We've got so many folks who are in need of our service, and our responsibility is to go find them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go find them, right? We've got lender partners, we got title partners, we got insurance, we've got contractors who honestly all depend on us to turn over that first stone, because none of us go to work until we go to work.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
And that's what it's so invaluable, that when we become subject matter experts, we become the consultant, we become the mentor. Our clients who have success, your clients, now tell all their friends, hey, you know what, I'm using so-and-so over at Keller Williams, and man, they found me these 3 properties. We cash cowed them. Guess what? You just got a word of mouth referral, and now your pipeline's building. And we call that mailbox money. Every time I open up my email, there's more clients wanting more deals.
Guys, that's what it's all about. Again, Billy and Toby, we appreciate you sharing. Guys, thanks so much again for chiming in. Look forward to seeing you guys again next week. And again, to so many folks that I had the pleasure of running into, sharing a word just, 2 weeks ago. Time has flown. I enjoyed every bit of that. So again, I think sharing and collaboration is what this is all about. And I appreciate so many of you chiming in each and every week to participate. So, guys, I love you guys. Let's go make it happen. Thanks, Billy and Toby. We appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate it.
Be well.